Hey everybody, welcome. So this is going to be a recorded session. Feel free to do it on your own time. You don't need any props today, just your mat and yourself. And whenever you're ready, you can come and meet me on your backs. If you have a lot of lower back tension, you can bring your knees to a bend, bring the soles of the feet to the ground and kind of let the knees buckle in. If you want a little more opening in the hips, maybe you bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall apart. And as we move through class today, know that you can modify any of these positions to better fit your body. All of them are really just suggestions. You can take everything and run with it. Very much make this flow your own. Cool. So we've got 45 minutes. So once you're on your backs here, just let the breathing start to slow down. Begin to notice your surroundings. Notice the temperature in the room. Notice any sounds, any smells. And then bring your awareness into the body. Feel the sensation of the clothing on your skin. Take note of the quality and depth of your breath. Notice if there's any areas of tension in the body and see if you can send the breath there. Giving those areas a little extra love. Take 2 more breaths like this, just really dropping into the space. And slowly, let's start to move. So from here, let's extend the right leg out long. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. And then bringing the left arm straight out to the side, let's pull that left knee over to the right side body. Try to keep the left shoulder grounded. Maybe you look out over that left arm. Take a big deep breath here, up and down your spinal column. Then gently, let's switch sides. So rolling back to center. The left leg will come out straight. You'll draw that right knee in towards the chest. And now bringing that right arm out to the side, let's draw the right knee over to the left. Maybe looking out over that right arm. Keeping this spine nice and long here. Let's take a big deep breath. Then roll it back to center. Draw both knees into the chest. And you can rock side to side, kind of waking up the lower back. Then crossing at the ankles, let's rock back and forth along the long side of your spine. Eventually rolling forward over into a tabletop position. When you arrive, the hands will be right under your shoulders, the knees will be under your hips. Let's take a deep breath here. As you exhale, shift the weight forward, coming over the wrists. Really engage the core. And then keeping the elbows tight in towards the body, let's bend them and come all the way down onto the stomach. Zippering those legs up together, start to engage the quads. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat. Then as you inhale, draw the shoulder blades together, lift the chest away from the mat. As you exhale, press through the hands, shift the hips back onto your heels, come on into a child's pose. From your child's pose, keeping the left hip nice and grounded, let's walk both hands over to the right. Maybe you stack that left hand on top of the right. Maybe you look up under that left bicep. Take a big deep breath here into the side body. Then exhale, walk the hands back through center and over to the left side. So again, maybe that right hand stacks onto the left. Maybe you look up under your right bicep. Take some deep breaths into the side body. Then exhale, walk it back towards the center and slide all the way back onto the stomach. Walking the hands this time a little bit in front of your shoulders. As you breathe in, press the feet down into the mat, lift the chest, and press through the hands, coming into a baby cobra this time. If you feel any crunching in your lower back, you can make that slope a little bit less. Take a big deep breath here. As you exhale, roll the chest down, press the hips all the way back onto the heels. Inhale, come on back into a tabletop position. Elbow crease will be facing forward. And we'll take some cat-cows here. So as you breathe in, fill the belly up. Start to lift the tailbone, lift the head. As you exhale, draw the navel towards the spine, tuck the tailbone, drop the head, and press through that upper back. Taking that a few more times here. So inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone, belly will drop. Exhale, draw the navel towards the spine, press the floor away, and dome the back. Take that a few more times with your own breath. There's no real right or wrong answer. You can bring some organic movements into this, maybe rocking your hips side to side. Coming back into a neutral tabletop position. Let's flip the toes under. And then slowly straightening the legs, let's bring the hips up towards the ceiling, coming into our first downward facing dog. Widen the fingers on the mat, really press the floor away. Feel the 3 defined points of the hands, the tailbone, and the feet, making a nice triangle shape here. Softening your knees, let's look in between your hands. And with your next breath in, you can step or hop, coming into a flat back shape. So the back will be nice and straight. You're kind of lifting up halfway here. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, soften at the knees, bend forward, and let the head be nice and heavy. Pressing down nice and evenly into both feet. As you inhale, sweep the hands up above head. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center and then down by your side. Let's take 2 breaths here, in and out. Feeling the ground beneath you. With your next breath in, let's sweep the hands up to the ceiling. As you exhale, soften your knees, come on back into that forward fold shape. Keeping the weight in the balls of the feet. As you inhale, lift up halfway. As you exhale, soften the knees, let the head be heavy, come on back into that forward fold. Pressing through both feet, inhale, sweep the hands high, rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center and down by your side. Breathing in, lift the hands up. Maybe the hips can move forward this time, coming into a baby back bend. Exhale, fold forward, let the head go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, this time plant the hands. Let's step back to a plank. Take a big breath here. Let's shift the weight forward over the wrists. As you exhale, drop the knees down, bend the elbows, lower all the way onto the belly. Pressing the tops of the feet down as you inhale, peel the chest away from the mat. As you exhale, press through both hands, sit the hips back towards the heels. Come on into a child's pose. Flipping to the balls of the feet. As you inhale, let's come back into a downward facing dog, so legs will be straight. And then from here, let's walk the feet together so that the ankles touch. Breathing in, keeping both hips squared towards the mat. Let's bring that right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, draw that right knee in towards the nose, step the right foot in between your hands, and then drop that left knee all the way down. Bringing the inner thighs energetically towards each other. As you breathe in, let's bring both hands up to the sky. If this hurts your left knee at all, you can take the left side of the mat and fold it in like a little cushion. Then from here, let's start to walk that right leg forward a couple inches, bring the hips forward, and get a little deeper into that left hip. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, lower both hands down, straighten out the right leg, and drop the knee towards the nose. Keep the weight nice and centered here. This is a half split. If you notice you're leaning more to one side or the other, let's come right back into the center. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, bend that right knee, plant both hands, step back into a downward facing dog. If the feet are not already touching, let's walk them back together. Then as you breathe in, sweep that left foot back up to the sky. Exhale, draw the left knee in towards the nose, step the left foot in between your hands, and drop that right knee down. Engaging both inner thighs. As you breathe in, let's bring both hands up to the sky. Shoulders wrap down the back. Remember, you can always fold the mat and cushion that right knee. From here, let's walk the left foot forward about 2 inches and feel a deeper stretch come on into that right hip. Take a big breath here. As you exhale, lower both hands, sit the hips backwards and straighten out that left leg. The nose will come down towards the knee. Again, keep the weight nice and centered here. Try not to lean one way or the other. Beautiful. As you breathe in, let's bend that left knee, plant both hands, and step back to a downward facing dog. Softening both knees, look in between your hands. As you inhale, step or hop into a halfway lift, so that flat back position. As you exhale, soften the knees, fall forward, let the head be heavy. Inhale, ground through the feet, rise up to stand, sweep the hands up high. Exhale, hands to heart center and down by your side. With your next breath in, as you inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, this time step the right foot all the way back into a low lunge. Keeping the weight in the ball of that right foot, as you breathe in, bring both hands up to the sky, crescent lunge. If this is too much, you can always drop that back knee down. If you're with me, try to keep that right quad engaged. The left knee should be at a right angle. Keep moving those front ribs towards the back ribs. Zipper everything into the midline. Let's take a big breath here. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a plank. Take a deep breath here. Decide to drop the knees down, or this time keep them lifted. As you exhale, bend the elbows, lower either half or all the way down. Inhale to draw the shoulders back, heart comes forward, up dog or baby cobra. As you exhale, press the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot all the way in between your hands. Keeping the hands lowered as you inhale, drop the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, step the left foot to meet the right in a forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Sweep the hands up high. Exhale, hands to heart center and down by your side. Beautiful. Left side. As you inhale, sweep both hands up high. Exhale to fall forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps all the way back to a low lunge. Inhale, lift both hands up overhead, crescent lunge. Keep that right knee at a right angle. Again, if you need, you can drop the back hip. Keep zippering the front ribs towards the back ribs. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, drop the hands, step back to a plank. Inhale, take a breath. Decide if the knees are lifted or lowered. Exhale, lower half or all the way down. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra, shoulders roll back, heart draws forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, sweep the left foot high. Exhale, step the left foot all the way up in between your hands. Keeping the hands lowered as you inhale, drop the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, step the right foot to meet the left in a forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center and down by your side. Beautiful work, everybody. From here, let's take a big step back with the right foot. Then pivot all 10 toes to face the long side of your mat. All right, from here, let's bring the arms out to the side. Pause for a moment, make sure your hips are stacking right over, your shoulders are stacking over your hips rather. From here, let's point the left toes towards the short side of the mat. All right, if you notice your right hip probably jumped up a little bit, let's bring it back down so it's level with that left hip. Then keeping everything as is, let's bend into that left knee, coming into a warrior two. So again, notice I'm not leaning forward or backwards, shoulders stacking right over hips. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. All right, as you inhale, flip that left palm. Sweep it up and back, letting that right arm travel down your back leg. Let's pause here for 2 breaths, breathing into that right side body. All right, with your next exhale, let's bring the left forearm onto the left thigh. Bring the right hand up and over, coming into a side angle. You can spin the heart open, looking up at that lifted arm. Really ground into the outer edge of that right foot. Keep the tailbone dropping under the body. Beautiful work, everybody. With your next inhale, let's reverse the warrior once more. So left hand draws up and back. This time you'll straighten out that left leg. Then walking the right foot in a few steps. Let's bring the hips over to the right, and then you'll reach through that left hand, dropping it down that left leg. The right hand will travel up to the sky, and you'll look up towards that lifted hand. Open the chest up towards the ceiling. Try to create some distance between the crown and the tailbone. Take one more deep breath here. As you exhale, bend that left knee. Come on back into a warrior two. All right, spinning those left toes back to face the long side of the mat. Let's straighten both legs and bring the hands up to the ceiling. Then as you exhale, open the arms back out wide, come into a flat back, and then drop the torso, arriving in a wide-legged forward fold. You can bring the hands under the head. You can keep the hands reaching towards the ankles, whatever is more comfortable for you. If it's available, you can bring the head all the way down to the ground. Awesome, grounding into both feet. As you inhale, let's rise back up with a flat back. Sweep the hands up high. Then exhale, bring the toes out 45 degrees. Bend both knees to right angles and bring the arms into right angles as well. So this is called cactus arms. Activate the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together and press the hands into an imaginary wall. Make sure the knees are traveling towards the pinky toe sides of the feet so they're not coming in past the big toe, they're opening up. 2 more breaths here. All right, as you inhale, straighten out both legs, toes point back to the long side, sweep the hands up high. Then bringing the arms back out to a T. Let's bring the right toes to face the short side of the mat. And again, drop that left hip down so it's even with the right. And then looking out over that right hand, let's bend into that right knee, coming into a warrior two. So again, you're making sure the shoulders are stacking over your hips. Shoulder blades squeeze together. With your next breath in, let's flip the right palm, sweep it up and back. Left hand will travel down that back leg. Take 2 breaths into the right side body. Then as you exhale, the right forearm will drop onto the right thigh. Left hand will sweep up and over. You'll come into that side angle. So chest spins to the ceiling. You can look up at that lifted hand. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. As you inhale, reverse the warrior once more. So right hand sweeps up and back. This time you'll straighten out that right leg. Then the left foot steps towards the right about 2 inches. Hips will come over to the left. And you'll reach to that right hand, dropping it down the right leg. Left hand will climb up to the ceiling. Make sure you have some outer rotation in that right thigh. And the chest is spinning open to the ceiling. Take 1 more big breath here. Exhale, come on back into that warrior two. Beautiful. As you inhale, all 10 toes spin to the long side of the mat. Sweep the arms up overhead. This time we'll take a different arm variation for our forward fold. So hands will sweep behind the hips. You'll clasp the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest up to the sky. Exhale, drop the torso down. Knuckles come up and over. And you could just let the head be heavy. If the arms are not working for you, feel free to take a different arm variation. Beautiful. With your next inhale, let's rise back up with a flat back. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Then pointing the toes out 45 degrees, you'll bend the legs again. Bring the arms back into that cactus shape. This was called goddess pose. You can really sit the hips low. Again, making sure the knees are traveling towards the pinky toe sides of the feet. All right, we'll take a little variation here. So keeping the legs where they are, let's bring the right arm underneath the left. Bring the elbows up towards the chin. And then keeping the knees traveling towards the pinky toes, let's drop the torso low. Coming into this forward fold variation. Beautiful. Inhale, come on back up. That was kind of tricky. Bring the arms back up high. And then you can step the feet together and quarter turn back to face the short side of your mat. Nice job, everybody. So from here, we're gonna take some balance poses. We're almost towards the end of our class. So bringing the weight into the center. Let's start to now shift the weight onto the left foot. From here, you'll bring the right knee out in front of you, bringing this leg into a bend. You can keep it like this or straighten out the leg. But if that's too much in your hip flexors and not in your core, you can bring the knee back to a bend, whatever you're comfortable with. Take one more breath here. Then sweep that right leg back behind you. Both hips are going to square towards the mat. And you'll bring the arms up overhead, coming into a warrior 3 pose. 2 breaths here. Beautiful. From here, let's lower the hands to the mat. Right foot draws up towards the sky. Standing split. Then from here, let's bend into that left knee. Bring the right leg all the way to the back of the mat, coming into that low lunge once more. From here, let's walk the left foot outside of the left hand towards the outer edge of the mat. This is called a lizard pose. You can stay up in a high lizard like this, or you can drop that back knee, might be a little easier. From here, you can stay up on the palms or come on down onto your forearms, whatever you're more comfortable with. All right, coming back into that high lizard, so the palms will be grounded. You'll walk the left foot back inside your hands, pick that back knee back up off the ground, and then step forward into a forward fold, letting the knees be soft. You can pedal them out a little. With your next breath in, let's rise all the way back up to stand. Sweep the hands up high. Then bring the hands back into the center and down by your side. All right, shifting the weight onto the right foot now. With your next breath in, let's bring that left knee up into a bend. Again, maybe exploring that leg being straight or just keeping it in a bend. Whatever will bring it more into the core than the hip flexors. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, sweep that leg back behind you. Come on into a warrior 3. Bring the hands out in front of you. Keep the hips squared towards the ground. Take one more big breath here. Then lower both hands to the mat. Bring the left leg up to the sky. Standing split. And then you'll bend into that right knee. Bring the left foot all the way back, coming into a low lunge. From here, let's walk the right foot over to the right side of the mat. High lizard. Again, you decide if you're staying up in your high lizard or dropping that back knee and coming into more of a low lizard shape. Keep taking deep breaths. All right, coming back into high lizard, so the palms are grounded. You'll lift the back knee, walk the right foot back in between your hands, and then step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, let's rise up to stand. Last time, sweeping the hands up high. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center and down by your side. So from here, we're gonna come all the way onto our backs, whatever is the easiest way for you to get there. So just coming all the way down. Once you arrive, you can bring the knees to a bend. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take a spinal twist to close out class. So you'll bring the hips to the left about an inch. As you exhale, gently let those knees fall over to the right, trying to keep that left shoulder grounded. Noticing if this twist feels a little different than at the start of class. Beautiful. Bringing both knees back into the center. Let's level out your hips. And bring the hips over to the right about an inch. And let the knees fall over to the left. This time looking out over your right shoulder. Inhale, bring the knees back in towards the center. Take whatever final stretch you need to close out class. You can bring the knees into the chest, rock side to side, whatever you need. And then as you are ready, you'll bring the legs out flat, coming to lie on your back for final resting pose, Shavasana. When you arrive, just let everything go into the mat. Release all the tension in your body. Feeling free to stay in this position for as long as you need to let the practice download into your body. No rush to get up. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day.